Well, 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 look at you, sitting there drowning in your silence. Don't speak. I don't need your words. I see it all over your face. The pain, the betrayal, the doubt, eating you alive. You think I don't know? Oh, I know. I've been where you are. I've stared into that abyss, where your so-called best wasn't enough, where everything you poured out for them became the very blade they stabbed you with. You gave them your best. Oh, how noble of you. You gave them your trust, a fragile gift wrapped in hope, and they ripped it apart like it was nothing. They smiled, didn't they? Smiled while they twisted that knife deeper. Smiled while they whispered sweet lies. Smiled while they turned your world into rubble. And now here you are, broken but not shattered. You're still breathing, though it hurts, doesn't it? Every inhale feels like dragging shards of glass through your chest. You wonder how it got this far, how the people you loved, the ones you'd have died for, became the architects of your suffering. You replay the moments over and over, don't you? Every kind word, every sacrifice, every time you stood by them while they chipped away at your spirit. They didn't just betray you, they betrayed the version of you that believed in them. That's the worst part, isn't it? Not the pain, not the loss, but the way it makes you question yourself. Was it you? Were you too weak, too trusting, too blind? But let me tell you something. You are not weak. You are not broken. They didn't betray you because of your flaws. They betrayed you because of theirs. They saw your light and couldn't handle the shadow it cast on their insecurities. They saw your strength and envied it, your loyalty and exploited it, your kindness and used it as a weapon against you. That's on them, not you. So stop sitting there, blaming yourself for their inability to hold what was pure, what was good. You think they're the victors because they left you here, bleeding and bruised? Number, they're the cowards who couldn't meet your level. This isn't the end for you. This pain, this betrayal, it's not your grave, it's your forge. This is where you burn, where the flames of your anger, your hurt, and your determination melt away the weakness they tried to impose on you. This is where you become something they can't touch. Look at them. They wanted you to stay down, to crumble under the weight of their betrayal. They wanted their lies to define you, their actions to break you. Don't give them that satisfaction. Don't let their betrayal be the period at the end of your story. Turn it into a comma, a pause, because what's coming next is going to rewrite everything. You want revenge, don't you? No, I'm not talking about stooping to their level, not talking about playing their games. I'm talking about success. I'm talking about rising so high, they choke on the dust of your ascent. Let your victory be the dagger in their hearts. Let your strength be the mirror that forces them to confront their cowardice. Because trust me, they're watching. Oh, they're watching. They want to see you fail, to see you drown in the sea of your own despair. But you won't. You're going to stand up, piece by piece, breath by breath, and you're going to show them what resilience looks like. You trusted them, and they used it against you. That's a scar you'll carry, no doubt. But scars aren't weaknesses. They're proof of survival. Proof that you endured what was meant to destroy you. Wear that scar like armor. Let it remind you of what you've overcome. Let it fuel you. They thought they were breaking you, but they were sharpening you. They thought they were silencing you, but they were giving you a story to tell, a fire to light your way forward. Use it. Use every ounce of pain, every tear, every sleepless night. Use it to build yourself into something so unbreakable that no betrayal, no lie, no coward can ever touch you again. The truth is, they didn't just lose you. You lost them. And that, my friend, is the real tragedy, because they'll never know what they threw away. They'll never find another you, never experience the kind of loyalty, the kind of love, the kind of trust you gave them. Let that be their punishment. Let them live with the hollow knowledge of what they squandered. You'll move on, you'll grow, you'll thrive. And when the day comes, and it will come, that they realize their mistake, you won't even hear their apologies. You'll be too far ahead, too consumed by your own greatness, too busy living the life they tried to take from you. So sit there for a moment, feel the weight of it all, cry if you need to, scream if you have to, but don't you dare let it break you. Don't you dare let it define you. You gave them your trust and they used it against you, but that's their story, not yours. Yours is just beginning, and it's going to be beautiful, powerful, and untouchable. Stand up, wipe the blood from your face, the tears from your eyes, and start walking. They didn't defeat you, they only taught you how to fight. Now go, prove them wrong. You think they left you in the darkness, didn't you? They did, but that's where you'll find yourself. It's in the darkest corners of your soul where the embers of your strength ignite. That betrayal, it's not a chain to bind you. It's a hammer striking molten steel. Every blow they delivered was meant to break you, but what they didn't realize is that fire only purifies. Look at yourself, not at the wreckage they left, but at what's rising from it. Do you feel it yet? That quiet hum of defiance, the soft but steady beat of resilience in your chest. It's there, beneath the pain, beneath the doubt. There's a storm building, a force they cannot fathom. They wanted you to believe you were powerless. That's the cruelest part of betrayal, isn't it? It's not just the act itself, it's the whispers it leaves behind. You hear them, don't you? You're not enough, they say. You're too soft, too naive, too trusting. Those whispers claw at your mind, louder in the stillness, deafening in the silence. They want you to internalize their sins, to make their actions a reflection of your worth. Don't you dare let them. Those whispers, they're lies. You trusted them because you believed in something bigger than yourself. You saw the good in people. You believed in loyalty, in honor, in the power of connection. That's not weakness, that's courage. It takes strength to open your heart, to let someone in, knowing they might hurt you. They took advantage of that, yes. But that's not your shame, it's theirs. They failed, not you. Let that sink in. The betrayal you're nursing wasn't born of your shortcomings. It was birthed by their inability to match your strength. They saw your trust as a tool to exploit because they lacked the courage to wield it with care. It's their brokenness that drove them to destroy what you offered. You were the light, and they were afraid of the shadows it cast on their hollow lives. But now it's time. Time to stop staring at the wreckage and start building something new. Piece by piece, brick by brick, you'll construct a fortress so strong that no storm, no betrayal, no cowardice can ever shake it. You'll learn from this pain, but you won't let it define you. Pain is a teacher, but it's not your identity. Do you hear me? This isn't who you are. This is a moment, a chapter, not the whole story. And when you rise, and you will rise, they'll feel it. Oh, they'll feel it. Every success you carve from this hell they left you in will be a reminder of their failure. Every time you smile again, every victory, every ounce of joy you reclaim will be a weight on their conscience. Not that it matters, because by then, their opinion won't mean a damn thing to you. You'll have outgrown them, left them to rot in the pit they dug for you. But let's not lie to ourselves. It's not going to be easy. The road ahead is steep, littered with the debris of your past. You'll stumble, you'll fall, and you'll doubt yourself more times than you can count. But every time you fall, you'll get back up. Every time you doubt, you'll find a new reason to believe. Because the alternative is to let them win, to let their betrayal define your future. And you're better than that. Let me ask you this. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be the person who crumbled, who let their actions dictate your worth? Or do you want to be the person who turned that pain into power, who built an empire from the ashes of their deceit? The choice is yours, but I already know the answer. Because if you were truly broken, if you were truly weak, you wouldn't still be here, listening to this. You'd have given up long ago, but you didn't. So stand up, right now. Stand up and make a promise to yourself. Promise that you'll never again let someone else's actions define your worth. Promise that you'll never again give more to someone who takes without giving back. Promise that you'll learn from this, not to close your heart, but to guard it with the wisdom of experience. Because here's the truth. Not everyone deserves your trust. Not everyone deserves your light. And that's okay. It's not your job to fix broken people or to save those who don't want to be saved. Your job is to protect your peace, to cultivate your strength, to become so complete in yourself that no one else's actions can shatter you. And when the time comes, because it will come, when you face betrayal again, you'll be ready. Not because you expect it, but because you know now what it feels like. You'll see the signs, you'll recognize the patterns, and you'll have the strength to walk away before it cuts too deep. That's the gift they unknowingly gave you. The ability to discern, to protect, to choose yourself. So thank them, in your mind, if not in person. Thank them for showing you who they really are. Thank them for the lessons their betrayal taught you. And then, let them go. Let their memory fade into the background of your life, a shadow that holds no power over your present, no influence over your future. You gave them your trust, and they used it against you. But they didn't destroy you. They didn't break you. They only revealed the depth of your strength, the resilience of your spirit. And now, armed with that knowledge, you're unstoppable. This is your moment. Your pain, your betrayal, your doubt. They're not chains. They're fuel. Use them. Burn brighter, rise higher, and let the world see what you're made of. And when they look back, when they realize what they've lost, it won't matter. Because you'll be too far ahead, too consumed by the life you've built, to care. Keep walking. You've got this. The best is yet to come. The weight of betrayal doesn't just linger, it festers. It's a poison, isn't it? A venom that creeps into your thoughts, colors your memories, and whispers its cruel truths when the world is silent. But here's what they didn't anticipate. You're stronger than the poison. It might burn, it might slow you down, but it won't stop you. It can't. Because beneath that ache, beneath the hollow emptiness they left behind, there's a warrior waiting to rise. You think this is where it ends, but it isn't. You think this is the chapter where they wrote your downfall, but the ink hasn't dried yet. You're still holding the pen. And when you start writing again, the story you craft will make their betrayal look like a footnote in the epic of your life. But let's not sugarcoat it. This journey isn't for the faint of heart. It's going to hurt. Healing always does. You'll wake up some mornings and feel like the weight is too much to bear. You'll look in the mirror and see the scars they left, both visible and invisible, and you'll wonder if you'll ever feel whole again. The answer? You won't. Not the way you were before. But that's not a tragedy. It's a transformation. You see, you're not supposed to go back to who you were. That version of you, the one who trusted blindly, who gave endlessly, who believed in the goodness of people without question, served its purpose. But now you're evolving. Now you're becoming something sharper, something smarter, something unstoppable. And that's terrifying, isn't it? To let go of the old you, to step into the unknown. But it's also exhilarating, because in that unknown is where your power lies. They thought they knew you. They thought they could predict your downfall, control your narrative, dictate your limits. But they were wrong, because you're unpredictable. You're a force of nature. And like any force of nature, you're impossible to contain. Do you know what's ironic? They're not thinking about you the way you're thinking about them. They've moved on, oblivious to the damage they've done, blind to the chaos they left behind. But that's their loss, not yours. Let them go. Let their memory fade like a bad dream. They don't deserve the space they're occupying in your mind, the energy you're expending on them. That energy, it belongs to you. Take it back. Use it to rebuild, to grow, to conquer. You'll look back on this one day and laugh. Not because the pain wasn't real, not because the scars don't matter, but because you'll see how far you've come. You'll realize this wasn't the end. It was the beginning. The moment when you stopped living for them and started living for yourself. And don't think for a second that you're alone. The world is full of people who've been where you are, who've stared into the abyss of betrayal and come out stronger. You're part of a silent army, a legion of souls who've turned their pain into power. Let their stories inspire you, their strength remind you that you're not the first to face this, and you won't be the last, but you'll be one of the few who rises above it, because that's who you are. You're not a victim, you're not a casualty, you're a survivor. And survivors don't just endure, they thrive. They take the broken pieces of their lives and turn them into something beautiful, something unshakable. The path forward won't be easy. It'll be littered with triggers, memories, and moments that threaten to pull you back into the darkness. But every step you take, every small victory, will be a testament to your strength, and those steps will add up until one day you look around and realize you've left the darkness behind. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Right now, you're in the thick of it. The pain is raw, the wounds fresh, and that's okay. Feel it. Let it wash over you. Let it remind you of what you've endured, but don't let it drown you. You're stronger than that. You've always been stronger than that. Remember who you are. Remember what you've survived before this, the battles you've fought, the mountains you've climbed. This betrayal, it's just another obstacle, another challenge to overcome. It doesn't define you, it refines you. And when the time comes, when you've healed, when you've grown, you'll look back on this moment with gratitude, not for the pain, but for the lessons it taught you, for the strength it revealed, the resilience it forged, the clarity it brought. Because here's the thing about betrayal. It strips away the illusions. It shows you who people really are, and more importantly, who you are. It's a brutal teacher, but an effective one. And when you've learned its lessons, when you've embraced the transformation it demands, you'll be unstoppable. So let them think they've won. Let them believe they've broken you. Because while they're busy celebrating their hollow victory, you'll be rising from the ashes. And when they finally look up, they won't recognize the person you've become. You'll be stronger, smarter, untouchable. And they'll realize too late that they didn't destroy you. They unleashed you. So go ahead, feel the pain, mourn the loss, but don't stay there. Stand up, take a deep breath, and start walking. The road ahead is long, but it's worth it. Because at the end of it, you'll find a version of yourself that's more powerful than you ever imagined. And That's the best revenge of all. Now go. The world is waiting. There's more to say, isn't there? More to feel, more to confront. This is far from over because the echoes of what they did still resound in your mind, don't they? Every smile you gave them, every moment of vulnerability, every time you let them see a piece of your soul, they've all become weights pulling you down. But that weight, you'll carry it for now, not because you're weak, but because you're learning how to bear it. Do you know what strength really is? It's not the absence of pain. It's not about avoiding the fire. Strength is walking through it, feeling every lick of the flames, and coming out the other side with your spirit intact. You're not running from this. You're not hiding. You're standing right in the heart of it, letting it shape you. Let me remind you of something. The very people who betrayed you are living their lives as if nothing happened. They've already dismissed you, pushed the memory of your loyalty, your trust, your sacrifice to the back of their minds. Maybe they've even convinced themselves that they did nothing wrong. But you know the truth, and so do they, deep down. But don't waste another second wondering if they regret it. That regret, if it ever comes, is not your burden to carry. What matters now is what you do with this, because you have a choice, always. You can let this betrayal define you. Let it keep you chained to the past, or you can use it as a ladder to climb higher than you've ever been. What does that look like? It looks like reclaiming your life, one piece at a time. You don't have to have all the answers right now. You don't have to have the strength to run forward yet. Sometimes, it's enough just to take a single step, no matter how small. One step toward healing. One step toward rebuilding. One step away from the shadow they tried to trap you in. Because here's the truth they didn't want you to see. You're more than the sum of what they took from you. You're more than the pain, more than the betrayal, more than the trust they shattered. Those things might have shaped you, but they don't own you. You're still here. You're still standing. And as long as you're breathing, you have the power to rise. I want you to picture them, those people who betrayed you. Imagine their faces, the lies they told, the moments they let you down. Hold that image in your mind for a moment. Let yourself feel the anger, the sadness, the disappointment. And now, let it go. Because holding on to it is like clutching a blade. It only cuts you deeper. Letting go doesn't mean forgiving them. It doesn't mean excusing their actions or pretending it didn't hurt. Letting go means reclaiming the energy you've wasted on them. It means refusing to let their actions define your future. It means choosing yourself every single day. And as you let go, you'll start to see the world differently. You'll realize that not everyone is like them. There are people out there who will value your trust, who will match your loyalty, who will see your light and cherish it, rather than trying to snuff it out. Don't let their betrayal close your heart. Keep it guarded, yes, but not closed. Because the right people are out there, waiting to meet the person you're becoming. You're going to get there. Slowly, steadily, you'll rebuild. And as you do, you'll discover a strength you didn't know you had. A fire you didn't know was burning inside you. They thought they dimmed your light, but all they did was fan the flames. This is your time now. Your time to rise, to grow, to become something greater than they ever imagined. Not for them, but for yourself. Because you deserve it. You deserve the peace, the strength, the joy that's waiting for you on the other side of this. So keep going. Keep moving forward. One step, one breath, one moment at a time. When you look back, you'll see how far you've come, how much you've grown. You'll see that their betrayal wasn't the end. It was the beginning of your transformation. The road ahead is yours. Walk it with purpose. Walk it with pride. and never, ever look back. In the end, this isn't about them. It's not about the betrayal, the lies, or the pain they caused. It's about you. It's about reclaiming your power, rediscovering your strength, and rewriting your story. They tried to break you, but here you are, still standing, still breathing, still fighting. Remember this: what they did says everything about them and nothing about you. Your trust wasn't a mistake. It was a reflection of your courage to believe in people. Their betrayal wasn't your failure. It was their inability to rise to your level. So rise higher. Let the weight of their actions fall away. Let their memory fade into irrelevance. You don't need revenge. Your success, your happiness, your unshakable resilience is more than enough. Move forward, stronger than before. This is your life, your journey, your triumph. And no one, not them, not anyone, can take that away from you.